So just to give some context on this comment, this commenter was posting on a video where my Christmas tree is in the background. So this is all about Christmas trees being idolatry and whatnot.
Honestly, brother, I love your content, but I thought you know that idolatry is a sin. Jeremiah 10 warns us about Christmas celebration. Y'all be tripping me out, I'm telling you. You be tripping me out, alright? I don't claim to know everything about the Bible, as you know, right? If you've been following me for a while, you know I don't claim to know everything about the Bible, but I don't cherry pick scripture. I read things in context, and if I don't understand, then I, refer to other scriptures, which is why I love my study Bible so much. Let me show you something.
Look here, Jeremiah 10, right? 10, God and idols, the section that you are referring to. What I love about my study Bible is if I have a question about the verse that is in question, I can refer it back to where it originated from, where the writer, in this case Jeremiah, is referencing from. He was referencing these verses from Isaiah 40:19 and 41:7.
So yeah, when you first look at this, if you take it at face value, it looks like man Jeremiah talking about some Christmas trees, don't it? But he ain't. I'm gonna read it from the study Bible because it's hard to see that top line with my screenshot here. But you guys go ahead and follow along. It says, do not learn the ways of the nations or be terrified by signs in the heavens, though the nations are terrified by them. For the practices of the peoples are worthless. They cut a tree out of the forest, and a craftsman shapes it with his chisel. They adorn it with silver and gold. They fasten it with hammer and nails, so it will not totter. But here's the thing, my man Jeremiah is not talking about a Christmas tree. He's talking about how they make idols. And if you go to that little reference note that I was telling you about in my Bible, and you go back to Isaiah, where Jeremiah was referencing this part of scripture, you can clearly see that. So now if you reference back to Isaiah 40, starting at verse 18, we can reference this whole section. We'll take the whole thing, the whole section talking about it, instead of just the verse. It says, with whom then will you compare God? To what image will you liken him? As for an idol, a metal worker casts it, and a goldsmith overlays it with gold, and fashions silver chains for it. A person too poor to present such an offering selects wood that will not rot. They look for a skilled worker to set up an idol that will not topple. Would you like to see something even more spectacular?
This verse is referenced from Psalms 115 verse 4, so let's go check that one out, shall we?
And let's go, we'll take the full context, starting at verse 2. Why do the nations say, where is their God? Our God is in heaven. He does whatever pleases him. But their idols are silver and gold. There's that silver and gold again, right? Made by human hands. They have mouths but cannot speak, eyes but cannot see. They have ears but cannot hear, noses but cannot smell. They have hands but cannot feel, feet but cannot walk, nor can they utter a sound with their throats. Those who make them will be like them, and so will all who trust in them. So I think by now you get the picture, because then that verse gets referenced back to the original laws from Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 28. Now here's the real thing. You got this? You ready for this one? I didn't have to go through any of that. I just wanted you to see how taking scripture out of context can lead to assumptions of what you believe that it means. What debunks all of that is the fact that Jeremiah was written in approximately 627 to 586 BC. Let me show you.
Right here, date written. Jeremiah, during Jeremiah's ministry, approximately 627 to 586 BC.
Now, want to know when the first Christmas tree was used at Christmas? Boy, do I love history. You guys can go and check all these this historical facts out at realchristiantrees.org. But the first Christmas tree was actually recorded to be used in the year 1510. That's a long time after Jeremiah was written, I'm just saying. The first written record of a decorated Christmas tree comes from Riga, Latvia, Men of the local merchants guild decorated a tree with artificial roses, danced around it in the marketplace, and then set fire to it. The rose was used for many years and is considered to be a symbol for the Virgin Mary. So is having a Christmas tree in my house considered idolatry? Let's look at the definitions, shall we?
Idols, idolatry, those who worship idols, blind worship or admiration of an undeserving object. Come up here to idols, an image used as an object of worship or false god.
Here's the thing, fam. I'm not worshiping a Christmas tree. I'm not worshiping a tree with lights and decorations on it. It is decor in my house to make my house pretty and lovely for the holidays. We enjoy the lights and the pretty colors and all that fun stuff. In fact, we have 3 Christmas trees. One goes in my son's room, one in our living room, and one in our sunroom. I'm not worshiping it. We don't worship these trees. We do not place them in our homes as idols. They are strictly for decorations. As for me and my household, we shall serve the Lord. And that is the only thing that we worship, my friend. Praise Jesus. Now, we all know the Christmas celebration derived from pagan roots, much like many other holidays, but that's a topic for another video. We could go into further detail if you really want to. This video is all about using a Christmas tree for idolatry. And my friends, if you worshiping a tree, then you got some bigger issues than whatever we discussing right now. I'm just saying, you got bigger issues than celebrating Christmas. Anyway, I hope that clears things up, as well as gave you some entertainment with all the little voices and things that I was doing. I wasn't trying to be rude and attack you. I just wanted you to understand, my friend. God bless. Go in peace. Love y'all.